Alright, so this is going to be another video, not really part of the lessons, just kind of going through a little bit above and beyond here. So you remember we found that Keepass file from the lessons, right? And we download that Keepass file. Well, what can we do with that? There's something called Keepass to John. Now, the only problem with this is that this is a 4,000 version Keepass file, so or 40,000, whatever. If you have a 30,000 version, this will work, and then you can go ahead and crack it with Hashcat or John the Ripper, right? You crack those passwords. So since Keepass to John doesn't work with 40,000 versions, people have obviously come out and they've done their thing and they've made some different stuff. So what's nice is we have this program in Rust over here. Now Rust is, you do have to install it. So you have to do a sudo apt install cargo and sudo apt install rust up. I'll show you right here. If I can find it real quick, what it will look like. There we go. Sudo apt install cargo, sudo apt install rust up. Once you do that, you can go ahead and git clone the file there, and we'll cd into that find Keepass, and then we're going to do a cargo build, tac release. Now you will get another error whenever you do that cargo build tac release, and it'll tell you that you need to have a stable version. So all you're going to do is just type in rust up default stable. Then you go ahead and run that cargo build tac release again, and then from here we can now crack the file. So if we do an ls tac la, we'll see that we have something called target. Let's go ahead and cd into target. And then we have release. We'll cd into release there. And there's our find Keepass executable. So we do a / find Keepass password. All right, my database resides a couple directories back, right? Database.kdbx. And then our passwords is within our home Kali directory. So that little tilde link right there, that's what that states. So database.kdbx, that's one file, two files, three files back, so it's in this DC folder. Then we have our database.kdbx. And so now that we're here, we go ahead and enter, and it finds a working password for us. Okay, so now we have to open up that file, right? So we can type in Keepass, hit tab twice, we should have a Keepass XC. All right, and we go ahead and enter there, I think. I don't think we need to put in the database. I think we can upload that afterwards. Yep, open database, and then we can go to our DC, and we can do our database.kdbx file. Excuse me. Now we have this file here, so we can try that password. We'll hit unlock, and yes, we do get in. Okay, so now that we have that, we've hit unlocked, we're now in there. Now you're going to see, if they haven't deleted them, you're going to see two samples in here. Those are just straight up samples, it's like a stage cut. But we can see that this Marilyn Stormy has a password. So we go ahead and click on that, and her password is PSNSSW0RD exclamation point. Now that's a little bit hard to see. We go ahead and copy that. So let's go ahead and try that out, like right there. So we'll do a quick, and we'll do an NXC SMB, and that's for 192.168.0.30, I believe it still is. Actually, I think it's actually back to the 10 network, so we may have to change that up like a little bit. So let's go ahead and hop over into my clone here, because I believe that this is on the 10 network again. And we'll go ahead and we'll change this network out. Yep, definitely looks like it's on the 10 network over here. And we'll just do a change adapter options. We'll go back to DHCP or whatever, even though you never do that with a server, but still. It's just for a class, right? Yep, it'll still on that 10 network. Okay. Close that out, and then we'll go ahead and we'll change the network interface up here. So we'll go to settings. Our network adapter, we're not going to be on custom internal. Now we're going to be on bridged. We say okay. Come down here, do our quick PowerShell. And we can do an IP config. And we'll just kind of wait for that to come up. 192.168.0.30, awesome. So now we can go ahead and head back over into our attack machine, attack U, and her name was Marylin Stormy. So Marilyn.Stormy. Sounds like something you might see in a different type of video there. Let's see here. Slice that you're not supposed to be looking at, right? Marilyn.Stormy, boom, boom. Okay, we can enter here and see, can they actually log in? And they do. They actually have a shell on the machine, right? They're actually pretty high user, that means. That means that we can read that admin $sign. So if we do a tac shares, well, excuse me, we can write to admin $sign. right? So we can read and write to that. So now we kind of want to know, well, who is this person, right? So let's do attack X. Who am I? We'll go ahead and put this in quotations. Who am I / all. And this user looks like an administrator here. They are a domain admin, which means that user right there has DC sync rights. So if we were to look back at that Bloodhound, which I don't have up and running like right now, but if we were to look at that, we would probably see that this user has DC sync rights. They probably belong to some type of IT group, but they do, IT admin group like right there. So we now have someone that has DC sync rights on this machine. If we have DC sync rights, that means that we can do a secrets dump. And we don't need to use the administrator's hash anymore. We actually have her actual password, right? So let's go ahead and we'll delete all that. And we'll scroll up like a little bit. Let's go ahead and get her information here. Marilyn Stormy. At that, we'll go ahead and we'll do the, there we go. At that 192.168.0.30. Now something else that I'll show right after this should work is if you have the cyberranges.local within your, and we did get a secrets dump going here. We do see a bunch of stuff. But if you have that cyberranges.local within your Etsy host, so if I cat my Etsy host, I don't know if it's that IP address. Yep. So I have cyberrange.local like right there. What we technically should be able to do is this like right here. It should know to go to there. And it did not this time. Actually, it actually did like, see how it didn't take that password like right there? It actually didn't like that at all for some reason. But that'll usually work like right there. Just going to something like that instead of the @ sign. So if you're having problems, try with the @ sign, try with DCIP, try different ways, right? Because there's a lot of different ways you may be able to do it and still be able to drop that that secrets dump. And that's with a lot of tools within Impacket. As long as you have in your Etsy host. Same thing with Certify, which if you haven't gotten there yet, that's one of the later on lessons is Certify. But same exact thing with that too. A lot of times you want to put this in your Etsy host just to make sure that it can go to the correct place and retrieve whatever it needs to retrieve. So we can see that this user, Marilyn Stormy, is pretty important within this Active Directory network. We were able to get her password through a Keepass database and be able to see her password. And yeah, we were able to crack it with that Rust. So hopefully I'll learn something. Highly suggest you guys mess around with Keepass databases, John to Keepass, or Keepass to John. And also now you know that there is another way with this find Keepass password. And that file is located at even further find key password. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll grab this like right here, just so you guys can get it, see it a little better. There you go. So that's going to be the lesson for today. Just real quick, down dirty. So I'll talk to you all later.